Before I begin, please excuse my voice. Weeks and weeks of wet weather and high humidity has really got to me. I've had quite a nasty throat for a few days and it's actually quite painful to speak. This is the second video today that I didn't intend to make. This morning I didn't go out with a camera, but when I saw what was happening with the rain, I thought this could get interesting and I just used some dash cam footage. Since putting up that video this morning, quite a lot has changed. I belong to a few line groups and I've been watching various photos and videos that people have been posting, and the situation is actually quite bad, and I didn't realise that this morning. They closed off the old road between Hat Yai and Songkhla this morning. That just became impassable, and told drivers to drive on the new road. There's been quite bad flooding in certain areas. Supasan Rangsan Road looks to be a key spot. And I know that a lot of Malaysian visitors go to the Siang Tung Rescue Centre to make merit. That's been badly affected. There's a nice Japanese restaurant just opposite called Kenta, and that's been affected as well. And the school that my daughter attends, where my wife works, that's been flooded as well. I saw videos today of the staff going around the school on a boat. The way the canal system works in Hat Yai, you have lots of storm drains that lead into a canal that sort of snakes through the centre of town. Then that leads out to these huge canals that go out to Songkhla Lake. They've all got names, Utapao and Roha, and I've seen photos of those canals, and these things are huge. They're very, very wide. You know, they can take an enormous amount of water and they just fall to the brim. And so the flood defences in Hat Yai have reached their capacity, and it's still raining. So it's quite a serious situation, and I've actually heard that parts of central Hat Yai are now inaccessible. If you've got a car, I mentioned in the other video that there's a lot of Malaysian tourists in Hat Yai at the moment, and I've seen hundreds of cars with Malaysian license plates. So a lot of the Malaysians drive up. Obviously, you'll want to put your car somewhere safe if there's even more flooding. And Diana department store has got a multi-storey car park, on sort of floors above grounds, and they've offered free parking. I've found before with flood situations, I was here during the big flood of 2010, but before that there was some smaller floods, and whenever there's a flood in Thailand, the Thais get together to help each other out. They're really good that way. So you can go and park your car in Diana. The other thing about the events at the moment is that it's made me sound a bit foolish about things I said in the past. So I lived here through the big flood of 2010. Then after that there was a huge amount of work done by the local municipality. That's still going on to prevent floods. And there hasn't been a single problem up until recently with flooding, since 2010. And so it looks as if the problem was fixed. And it's not just me, it's other people have told me that. A lot of other people have told me that. In fact, in the area where there's sort of quite a lot of flooding now, around Supasan Rangsan, I went into a photocopy shop earlier this year, maybe the end of last year. And in the shop, the guy had some really big, heavy photocopiers. They're not the sort of things that you can get upstairs quickly or easily. These things are really big. And I sort of jokingly said to the guy, "Oh, I see, you're not afraid of floods anymore?" And he said, "No." He says, "It's been not a problem anymore. The problem's been fixed." Well, it seems that the problem is fixed for regular floods, but in really extreme conditions like we're having now, floods can still occur in Hat Yai. So I'm going to be a bit more careful now about what I say. But the situation is certainly a lot better than it was in the past. I was actually looking at some old photos recently, and I took some photos just after I arrived in Hat Yai at the end of 2003. And there was just some sort of normal rainy season rain, and that had caused flooding. That was actually in Superstar Rungthang as well, because that's where I was staying in an apartment next to Chil Chang Temple. So in the past it would flood frequently, even with normal wet season rain. Now that doesn't happen, but under really extreme conditions, you can still get flooding. We've had messages today from both of my kids' schools saying that the schools are closed tomorrow. Everything is sort of on hold at the moment until the rain stops and the waters recede and we can get back to normal life. If you're a tourist in Hat Yai at the moment, I hope you can enjoy the rest of your trip as much as you can and get home safely. If you're about to visit Hat Yai, I hope that your trip can still go ahead. So everything is sort of on hold and in the balance at the moment. And if there's anything else that happens of note, then I'll put out a quick video to inform you. Okay, thanks for watching.